So we just closed another client for our agency, our AI agency, for $3,000 a month. You can see here, I'm just gonna refresh this page so you guys know, we really know what we're talking about, right? It's a refresh here. So basically we closed this client and we switched from Stripe to Fanbasis because Stripe is a very, very annoying payment processor. This is way easier. And in this video, I'm gonna show you how easy this can be, how you guys can do the same exact thing, how you can build a business that really generates passive income for you when you set it up correctly for the first time, right? These are super high ticket clients, and it's really not that hard to close high ticket clients for your agency as well. Now, before we get into exactly how to start and close an agency client like this, we got to figure out exactly why you need to start an agency and how to actually make money in business online in general, right? Now, let's talk about the fastest way to make money with business online. Now, there are tons of ways that people can make money online, right? You can do drop shipping, you can do YouTube automation, YTA, you could do, let's say, you could do growth operating, you could do so many different types of business online. But the thing is, though, those aren't the fastest ways to grow. Now, the fastest way to grow logically is a very simple method that you guys can understand, and I'm going to show you what it is right now. So the fastest way to make money is to ask people with money to give you theirs, right? It's very simple. If there's someone out there that has money that can be used, just ask them to give you the money, right? Or do a service for them and get money from that, right? The thing is, when you do drop shipping, when you do YouTube automation, these different niches and different businesses, you're not really providing a hardcore service to a high quality client, which means that the service that you provide isn't guaranteed to make money. With drop shipping, it's not really a business you own. It's something that's very like on the side. It's not very stable. But when you ask people who have money to give you theirs, you're almost guaranteed to make money as long as you provide the service that they need, right? Now, the thing is, though, you got something to understand. You get paid to solve problems, right? People pay you because when they give you money, it alleviates the pain they have in their life, right? For example, if you drive Uber, you're alleviating the pain of someone not being able to be where they are for transportation, and people pay you accordingly, right? When you work at McDonald's, people pay you to make the order for them, whatever the case may be. You get paid to solve problems. And the thing is, what you gotta understand is the bigger the problem you solve, the more money you'll make. It's very simple. This is why doctors get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, because they can save a life. They can fix someone's life. They can transform someone's health. And that's exactly what you can do, or what you need to think about when you start your own online business. So basically, the people with the most money in society run businesses, right? So the most famous, the most successful people in the world run a business, because business can separate the amount of money you make for the amount of time and effort you put in. And you see, basically, you guys know this, of course, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, all these people have businesses and they're the richest people on the planet, right? So focusing on business owners is very important because you know that they have money to spend on their businesses, right? Now, to make money the fastest way, you must get businesses to give you money and solve their problems. That's the fastest way to make money, because you can go right now to a local business in your area. If they're struggling with anything, right? If they're struggling with web design, if they're struggling with marketing, if they're struggling with different services, you could just provide that service, grow their business, and get paid for it. That's literally it. That's all you got to do. It's very, very, very simple, right? Very simple process. Now, what is the biggest problem that every business has, no matter what business it is, no matter if it's McDonald's, if it's Chick-fil-A, I don't know why I'm saying food. I'm really hungry, I guess. But it doesn't matter what it is, if it's, Microsoft. The thing is, every business has one problem. And that problem is a lack of customers. Let me actually go down here. The problem is the lack of customers. And that problem is a lack of customers, right? Every business can use more customers to grow their business, right? That's literally all it is. If you can just turn a magic wand and make your business have as many customers as you want, every business owner will just mash that wand and keep getting more and more and more. That's basically what it is, right? Now, the thing is, our business, or our online business, our marketing agency, helps businesses get more customers, right? So that is the most important piece of the system in their business. If they can't get customers, they will die. Literally. So if you can solve that problem, you're literally saving people's lives, their businesses, their livelihoods, you're saving jobs and creating value in the marketplace, which is super good, right? Now, this is the exact business model that I just showed you that makes us over $20,000 per month, just helping local businesses get more business, right? It's very easy, very fun, and such a low barrier of entry as well, right? Now, to start a business like this, there are some simple steps that we must follow to do it the correct way. Let me show you exactly the 3 steps that we use to scale our own agency so you can just literally copy it and do the same exact thing for your business. All right, so step 1 is actually choosing a niche to focus on in your business. So you want to pick one specific client that you can help and help them in a great way to make you a lot of money. Now, here's the thing. What a lot of beginners do is they make the mistake of choosing like 5 different niches, choosing everybody. I'll work with anybody. That is a huge mistake because the thing is, when you're just starting out, if you work with everybody, you won't be seen as an expert, and you'll also can't charge as high, and it'll be a lot harder for you to actually deliver the service. So if you have to deliver a service for 5 different businesses, that's 5 different actions you need to take. Or you can just copy and paste one service delivery and put it for every single same actual niche that you're in. So for example, if you want to work with real estate agents, for example, stick to real estate agents. If you want to work with dentists, stick with dentists. But these are the niches that you should focus on because they are high ticket niches that need your services. So a high ticket niche is a niche that charges, or the services cost, at least $1,000 each, right? So for example, let's look at real estate agents. Real estate agents, they sell houses, right? And the house is definitely more than $1,000 right now. A house is crazy expensive. So the thing is, if you work with a real estate agent, they have the money to pay you per transaction. Same thing with lawyers, same thing with accountants, same thing with mortgage brokers. Same thing with health and wellness. Dentists are very expensive, chiropractors the same thing, and also home services. Now, I am biased because our company works with roofers specifically. So if you want to start off, I say roofers are a great business to start, or a great niche to start with, but you can start with any niche. But just make sure whatever niche you start with, you stick to it and make sure that they have services that are at least $1,000 a ticket per client that you give them, right? So that's number 1, choose a niche. Now, step number 2 is to actually find clients. Now, this is where people always struggle with, and it's probably one of the most difficult parts of actually growing an agency, because if you can't get people interested in your product, you'll never sell it. Right? It doesn't matter how good your product is if no one uses it or knows it exists. So basically what we can do is you can do cold outreach, warm outreach, or paid outreach, right? Now, before I get into all of this, if you have some money left over, some money to spend, I highly recommend, I'm gonna do this like this, that you focus first on paid outreach. Now, the thing is, paid outreach is the best way to actually get clients, because when you actually run an ad, people come to you when they're interested into your product, right? There's a level of authority and leverage and respect that someone has when they see an ad that you're actually running. Now, you probably need at least $500 a month to run paid ads. And that's not that hard to get. You can honestly work a job, or basically you can just get one client, maybe doing a cold outreach system, whatever the case may be. Make sure you get at least $500 a month to spend on your own business to grow it, right? But if you don't have any money whatsoever, I suggest starting off with these 2. So the first one is cold outreach. So cold outreach is basically reaching out to people who've never heard of you, right? They don't know who you are. You're just a stranger, right? So it's definitely the hardest way to do it, but it works out very well. So what we can do is we can do cold calling, right? You can do cold email, cold SMS, which is cold texting people, or you can do walk-ins. Now, this is actually how I scaled my business in my first couple of months, just walking into businesses. That is a very underrated way, because when you walk into a business, it is so much trust. You literally live right here. So literally like, oh, this guy, I mean, it makes sense. He probably is someone trustworthy because he lives in my area. So because of that, that works very well. My closing rate for walk-ins is very high. But if you just want to have tons and volume and people in your system, cold calling is probably your best bet, right? Cold calling is probably the best bet because it's the easiest way to get a hold of people. You can close meetings, get deals. It's just a lot easier, a lot better. Cold email is great too, but I suggest cold call because that is going to make you very tough. It's going to raise your sales skills. It's just going to make you a much better salesman, right? When you hop on the sales call. Now, this one here is warm outreach. Now, warm outreach is reaching out to people who already know, like, and trust you, which means it's so much easier to get people into your system if they already know who you are. Like, it's a lot easier to make your friend your client as opposed to a stranger. So you can do warm calls, texts, or email, something like that. Or one section that's really, really good is you can create content. Now, that's what I'm doing right now, as you can see here on this channel. But creating content to get clients is one of the best ways, because when someone comes to you, they already trust you, they already like you, and they're willing to basically give you your credit card. I've seen that when I create content for my own companies, literally clients come in and it's just so much easier, bro. It's not even a sale at that point. So if you can create content, definitely do that. Now, if you're just starting out, I would suggest to do all three of these, right? But focus on one as your main source of revenue. So for example, I would say if you're just starting out, first do cold calling, then in your free time, create content. And then after you can create content and cold call, if you have some money left over and saved, run ads. So you have 3 different channels of systems running and getting you appointments. And that's really good, because once you get your pipeline full of clients who are interested in your product, then you can go to step number 3, which is actually servicing them and getting them the results, right? So after that, of course, you want to go to step 3, which is delivering results. And it's very simple how we deliver results, right? So the first thing we do is we run ads, right? We run ads for our own clients, for their businesses. And the pipeline goes that we run ads for them. Then once we run ads, the leads come in and they actually click on the ad to get the service. So they fill out the lead form that we fill out. Then afterwards, they go and they book a call with us or with the actual owner of the business to inquire on their services. So it's a very, very simple system. We first turn strangers into leads and turn those leads into appointments, right? So it's very, very simple, and a lot of companies do this, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you do, all these clients want are just more people in their pipeline and more customers. And the first thing they need to do to become a customer is to actually meet with them and have an appointment. So we've seen that this running a system just like this is very important. Now, what I want to do in this video as well is basically break down exactly how our business runs. Now, what I want to do now is break down exactly how our business runs, gets clients, and grows effectively. So I'm going to show you this. So what I want to do now is show you guys exactly how our business runs, how we get clients, and how we scale. So I'm going to show you this diagram that basically explains everything that we do, right? So I'm going to scroll down here and show you exactly what it looks like. So this right here, as you can see here, it's a pretty big pipeline. This pipeline here explains our entire business. Now, I did get part of this from Charlie Morgan, I'll be honest, but it's a really good way to actually run things and plan out your system. So basically, we have this bucket here, and this bucket is basically the market. It represents the market. So with the market, you represent different pieces of the market and how they come through our system. So we get clients through different ways. We get them through advertising, which is running ads. We get it through warm outreach, cold outreach, and creating content, right? So we do all these things to get these things, or these people, which are called leads, right? So once we get leads in our pipeline, this is exactly how it works. First, they go and they see our offer, right? Our offer is our backbone of our business. Then what we do is we have the different outreach methods to get them. So this right here, this red part, or these red tags, are ads, right? So this is when we run ads to our pipeline. This is for cold calling or cold SMS. This is for content. So you can see that every single person goes down the system and goes through our pipeline to become a client. So let's say we're just focusing on ads for now. Once they see the ad creative, they see the lead form, they see the landing page, the VSL, they book a call with us, they see the video, they get reminded, and they hop on a Zoom with us. So it's a very simple process, and you can see that every single piece of this process is a cog or a piece of a pipeline in a machine. So if we see that something's going wrong with our system, we know exactly where the problem will lie. So for example, if nobody's clicking on the ad, that means that there's a problem with the ad creative. Now, if people are clicking on the ad but not filling out the lead form, there's a problem with the lead form, and so on and so forth. So I highly suggest to make a system like this. If you want something similar to this, then click the link below, hop on a call with me or Pedro and our team, and we'll actually walk you through how we can help you one-on-one, right? But basically, people go through the system and they reach the sales call portion. Once they reach a sales call, we figure out exactly the system, how the sales call works. And once the sales call works correctly, we collect payment here. And then they show the actual processes, or SOP, standard operating procedures, on what we need to do to take them from being a paying client to a successful client. So here it shows, of course, we do onboarding calls, We do different systems like connecting their Go High Level account. It's very, let me go back here. Very in-depth here, right? So this basically shows how we provide the service here. So this is an exact idea or exactly how we run our business. So I hope you guys can look at this, kind of understand the exact pipeline and understand exactly how things flow. And yeah, guys, that's basically it. So this is a very simple process on way to start and scale your own AI agency. Like I said, if you guys have more questions, you could hop on a call with me or Pedro and we'll talk more about it, figure out where you are and figure out and show you exactly how we can help you scale your own online marketing agency to 20K, 50K, even 100K per month. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I really enjoy making these videos, like I always say, and I'll see you in the next one.